You guys have been asking me for this hair tutorial for like a decade. Today, I am finally showing you guys how I do my hair for Sloane in the group chat, probably my most requested video. And today I'm going to a Hulu event for the launch of Not Suitable for Work. And I'm doing my hair and makeup sort of how I would do it for Sloane. So I thought now would be a good time to do that. I already did the bottom layer before I decided I was gonna film this for you, but it's the same process for every layer. So I do it in 3 sections. I first part my hair right here and I do the bottom layer, which I already did. So now I'm gonna do the top. Second section, I part at my temple so that I can really curl up to the top, which is what you guys usually are commenting is like the volume of the curls. So when you look crazy, like you never want to leave your house, you're ready for this step. I always use like a cone curling iron. This one is the Infinity Pro by Conair that I've had since I was in like college. So I do different types of curls throughout each layer. So like for this one, I'm not going to leave it very long and I'm going to pull on it as it cools. So it's like barely a curl. Then for the one next to it, I'm gonna do a bit of a tighter curl. I'm actually gonna leave it and I'm going to drop it in my hand to cool so that it's a little bit more defined. That really just stops them from like twirling together and making a spiral. You can do smaller or bigger pieces depending on how thick your hair is. My hair is not that thick, so it doesn't take me very long even when I do really small pieces. I also don't think I mentioned, I only put the heat on like the 3rd level. Sometimes I do it even lower. It just depends on how relaxed I want the curls to be in that particular episode. I always make the furthest back piece like a tight curl because those sit on the back of your neck and they do tend to straighten faster than the others. And I'm gonna let out the bottom layer and just sort of comb it out. This is how I get it to look so like beachy because it's not ending up in like a spiral because they won't stick together. Obviously, I put those layers back before I do the top. Now, the front pieces I always do in very small sections and I make them the most relaxed curls. I literally put it on for like 2 seconds. Once I get past the first couple of pieces, I really try to make sure that the curl goes all the way to my scalp. And I even will do that sometimes to try to just make sure it's really staying up there. Today, I'm not bringing every single piece right to the root. I only did it for a few. You can do it if you want to. I sometimes do it for Sloane, I sometimes don't. Now, just kind of shake it out. And that is pretty much how I do Sloane's hair. It's really not that revolutionary. It's just I don't know. I actually started doing it this way when I was in high school and I was trying to figure out how to look like Catherine Pierce, if that helps. And then I usually throw some sort of hair oil in there. Right now I'm using this one. I know it's backwards. I don't know how to say the name. I put like the tiniest little amount and just sort of run it through. Definitely focus more on the ends and the front pieces. Now go to part 2 to see how I do Sloane's makeup.